It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop Jay.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. Of course, we want to remind you the Shop Report is brought to you by Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. And of course, Eddie G's Cookies. That's right. If you want a cookie that is good, that tastes good, did I say that right? But ain't got all that other stuff that ain't no good for you? Slide on over to Eddie G's Cookies. That's right, EddieG'sCookies.com and place your order today. I would say go to grandma on the way to grandma's house, go to Travel Centers of America and get you a couple, but unfortunately, yeah, they ain't got no. And for my folk out there in TV land, if you want to leave your questions or comments during today's program, by all means, please do so. We will throw it up on the screen. That's right. And y'all know what's coming next. If you're one of them folks that wants to leave a question or comment that's indignant or ignorant in nature, it won't be seen on this screen. Matter of fact, here's what you'll get.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That being said, joining me on the program today's my cat from across the pond, or should I say up the way, Joey James, a.k.a. Double J. Tell the people what you say.
On this day in 1928, Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse made his debut with the premiere of the cartoon Plain Crazy.
All right, well, we needed to know that. If you're going to tell me about anything, tell me about Minnie. I don't need to know nothing about Mickey. I'm just saying. All right, we got a couple of items on the menu for you all today. That's right, Trey, 1, 2, 3 items on the menu coming your way. First up is our sports trivia, and the subject of today's sports trivia is the Triple Crown. You ready? I thought Gully might be already here, but, we obviously, what I'm saying, all those who come late to the party, the CO Lumbus, always late to join us. Oh, my gosh. Anywho, name the 3 coaches, if you can. I want to see your hands. I do, because okay, no Google. Yeah, all right, no Googling. Yeah, because this is hard to do sports trivia nowadays because everybody got Google, and they got their phones in their hand, and as you asking the question, they typing already. Name the 3 coaches who won championships in the NCAA tournament, NIT, and the Summer Olympics. And when I say Summer Olympics, name the 3 coaches who won all 3: NCAA championship, NIT championship, and was the coach on the Olympic squad that year that won gold. Can you name them?
Hands and such. 2 that come to mind are 2 in the nope, I'm not even gonna give them the plug. 2 goats by many standards. Dawn Staley, definitely. That was the easy, I think, low-hanging fruit there.
Okay.
And then the second would have to be probably Coach K. As far as third, I wanted to say Chuck Daly, but I know I don't ever remember him collegiately, so I can't go there. Crap. If I got 2 right, then you got it. I'm under 40 here, folks.
All right, then. Well, actually, you did get 1 right. The 3 coaches are, you got 1. Yeah, I know. Yeah. What's the percentage on that? 1 out of 3. What's the, exactly.
I was hoping D's get degrees here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, D's did get degrees, nothing. Yeah, yeah, don't come back is what they get. The 3 coaches are Bobby Knight. Shout out to that. You got Bobby Knight right. He won the NCAA championship in 76, 81, and 1987. He did. Won the NIT in 1979, and he was a coach of the 84 Olympic squad in LA, baby. Out there with my man, Brother Rich. Shout out to Brother Rich. Shout out to Brother Rich, baby. Yes,
long overdue.
What'd you say?
Wait, I understand why they went on strike now. That guy it was workaholic.
They who went on strike?
You know, the Hollywood folks.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Brother Rich out there, he working hard. You know what I'm saying? Denzel is out of a job. Wow. Anyway, speaking of Brother Rich, I'm just saying the equalizer, the equalizer 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is on his way, baby. Coming soon to a theater near you. The other is Pete Newell won the NCAA championship in 1959, the NIT championship in 1949, and he was head coach of the 1960 Olympic squad. And then Dean Smith won the NCAA championship in 1982, the NIT championship in 1971, and was head coach of the 1976 Olympic squad. Imagine that. No. Yes. Maybe.
So wait a minute. Did Dawn Staley? I know she won Olympic gold, and obviously has won multiple NCAA championships. She never won an NIT. Is that what?
Not from according to the college basketball encyclopedia. Now, I will let me throw this out here. That is the first edition. So I've been searching for the second edition, and I have yet to find it. So we'll see if the second edition has, obviously changes or whatever the case may be, then we'll come back and do this again. But based off the first edition of the college basketball encyclopedia, those three are the guys who hit the trifecta, or as I like to say, the triple crown. And with that being said, after our trivia, let us officially start the show. Where's TJ at when you need him? All right. Our topic 2 for the day, after that one right there, the sports trivia. The NBA unofficially, well, who knows? Well, no, I take that back. Just let me ask the question. Is the TNT crew gone for good? They lost, obviously, TNT did. The NBA media rights to NBC. This is a bad move, but go ahead.
It is nothing short of, you remember the saying typically in the educational level that if you don't know your history, you are doomed to repeat it.
Absolutely.
In the late 90s, Ted Turner,
media mogul,
and his group got very cocky and said once, it was Eric Bischoff specifically that said on a plane in front of Hogan and Kevin Nash and others, we're going to put Vince McMahon out of business. And
oh my,
despite
I didn't know that. I know who Bischoff is, but I didn't know that. Okay. And
despite the celebrations that were going on, you could hear a pin drop from this story. And he said the reason why is Hulk Hogan spoke up and said, "You'll never put that man out of business." And
okay.
Vince, of course, ultimately won the Monday Night Wars. But what is ironic about this is,
but I wonder what would make Turner say something like that. But go ahead, keep going. I'm just curious. Why would you? That's Eric. Yeah, that's peacocking.
So, if you remember, a executive from Turner Sports had said, "We don't need the NBA."
No, oh wow, that's a new one on me. I wasn't familiar.
This was a few years ago, and that had to have rang like an electric guitar amplifying someone's cavity that needs a root canal.
Oh my!
Into Adam Silver's ears, because these moves are nothing short of him saying, "I will call your bluff."
So whoa, back up. These moves, who is he that said what to whom?
Run so I will actually pull it up to be able to get the exact name.
Yeah, pull that up, because that right there is, I mean, but saying that, was this Wait. When did he look? Yeah, tell me who he is first of all. Yeah, pull it up. Yeah, pull it up.
So I have the New York Times article now, so I found it right away.
All right, good. Pull that up. Yeah, throw that up there. Do I need to do something on this end? Because I got questions.
This one is going to be worth the read.
Okay, well then
from the sounds of it. Okay, so here you go. It is up there for you. Take it away.
All right, good deal. I appreciate it. You know, I love to read here. Let's see. But you're gonna have to scroll, okay?
Yep.
All right, here we go. We don't have to have the NBA, says Zaslav. Okay, who is Zaslav?
A Turner Sports.
Okay, let me write that. Okay, Turner Sports boss. Now, we don't have to have the NBA, says Zaslav, who is reportedly paid like an NBA star at nearly $50 million a year during an RBC investor conference. I don't know what that is. Zaslav's words zinged the ears of silver and NBA executives. Oh, wait, okay, stop right there. When does it say in this article when he said this?
Well, this article was written, let's see. It looks like it was written this month.
So wait. How bass accurate do you have to be to utter such ridiculous?
Here he is. His name is David Zaslav. He's the CEO, $50 million CEO. And meanwhile, Megan can't find work.
Don't say that. Oh my gosh.
No, I'm saying in general, the general public.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, right. Like NBA players getting paid, $80 million for 3 years.
Yeah, but they got 11 spots on a roster, right?
Yeah, but still, I'm just saying in relation to here we are, teachers at these schools, they got metal detectors in them or whatever it is, and teachers are getting paid $10 an hour for the most part.
Well, in Georgia, I just found this out. They don't even have to have a GED anymore to teach.
My. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, so much for that. But what I'm saying is, why would this guy
this is the CEO of Warner Brothers and Discovery and etc. Right?
Okay. But why would you utter something so ridiculous knowing that EJ, Kenny, Shaq, and Charles, I don't even know what their ratings are as a pre or post game type show and where they fit or where they're at on the ladder of the pre and post game shows. I'm talking about for NHL, NBA, NFL, and MLB. But they got to be at the top. In other words, that inside the NBA is a moneymaker for you. And for you to utter that, yeah, you deserve to lose it. You deserve to lose them. You deserve to lose them. Go back up.
Just to clarify your point, the Inside the NBA is currently the 5th most popular show on TNT and 119th overall on TV, with about a total number of 1.2 million viewers.
But are you including in that when you say TNT? They're 5th best on TNT. What are the 4 ahead of them?
This particular graphic that I'm looking at doesn't show
that. Okay, because I'm not talking about like where the Inside the NBA ranks amongst TNT's everyday viewing. Like their TV shows per se. You understand?
Well, but that's how all of these are. Yeah, but that's how all of those are going to be judged.
No.
Nielsen ratings are uniform to
right. But here's what I'm really asking. I'm talking strictly pre and post game sports shows.
Oh, I see.
You get what I'm trying to tell you? I don't want to, and I mean, I know I get the Nielsen rating things. Nielsen includes everybody. Whoever's doing the greatest. If it's Chicago Fire, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about what Shaq, EJ, Kenny, and Charles do. Okay, where does it stand versus what the NFL's Terry Bradshaw, Howie Long, Michael Strahan, and I forget the James Brown or whatever, like those types of shows, Boomer and what, like where does EJ and them rank amongst the sports talk shows, even First Take or whatever. I'll Get Up. And I don't know the numbers, but I'll say this. I'm telling you right now, I would not be surprised if Inside the NBA is more watched than Get Up, Get Down, all the way around. We're gonna take a break right quick.
Well, but hang on a second.
Hold that thought. Okay. We're gonna hit y'all with the 2-9. We're gonna hit y'all with the shirt, man. We need y'all to get this merch, man. We selling merch here. 2-9, baby. We be right back. Don't you touch it. I'm coming right back.
What it do, sports fans? It's your man BSJ from the Shop Report. And guess what? The shop is now open for business, baby. If you're on Facebook, go to our fan page, The Shop Report, click on more, and then shop to view all products. Or if you're on Instagram, click on the shop tab to see all our products. I mean, what you want me to do? I'm selling merch here.
Absolutely. We back right quick. All right. So what were you going to say, Double J?
So I wanted to point out in 2023, just between the playoff games alone, split between TNT and ESPN, TNT averaged through the 9 games, beat ESPN by 4.5% in viewership. So the average median of viewers was 3.5 million versus 3.1 million, which is actually a 13.6% in difference as well.
Okay, so then if I'm hearing you right, then TNT is up there. It's above ESPN.
Which is actually, I'm sure that may come across as a surprise to many.
Why? What
but
do you mean?
This very well could be where the arrogance was coming from. And I'm not, and I'm calling it arrogance. And sometimes these executives are a little out of touch. And if we're going to continue with this article, but if memory serves me correct, this guy wanted to put a movie on, like, versus instead of the basketball games.
What?
So we'll have to continue, but what I want, why I'm pointing this out is that we've stated on many occasions the fact that the NBA ratings as a whole are down. But when you go network by network in comparison, right, this is where the bargaining really heats up. That, okay, this network outperformed that network. Now, they can give a whole host of reasons why, but this came down to it's the same sport, it's the same teams, and at the same times. And ours did better than yours. So they had a leg to stand on. Did Inside the NBA have something to do with that? I would say yes, just given the fact that the number I pointed to a moment ago, which is they retained, if the mean here or the median was 3.5 and they're averaging essentially 1.5, that's nearly 50%, maybe 40%, we'll call it.
Okay, so then what you driving at? Then this guy, because he did the numbers. Somebody over on that side did some numbers. They felt like we in the top spot, so now we can preen a little bit. We can pop our collar.
This is bigger than that. This is just to make that statement, right? That I'll go back here just so that remains the focal point. We don't have to have the NBA. That implies that we would get those numbers regardless. That's beyond. I mean, you called it peacocking, and I think that's appropriate.
Yeah, but see, here's okay. So that's the problem, though. You get beside yourself. You look up the story of Icarus, guy who thought he could fly, put wings on his ankles and fly to the sun or whatever it is, or story of Noah, his son got swallowed up by the floods or whatnot. Oh, I'll just climb to the highest mountain. Yeah, okay. When you do that, they're looking at where they are at on the mountaintop. Okay. And if they sit at the top, now you start popping your collar like, yeah, I'm all that or whatever it is. But you're not, in my opinion, you're not paying attention to Who got you to the top? If you're sitting at the top because the inside the NBA kind of then propelled you and not some made for TV movie, then you need to pipe down, Zazie. Have a seat next to me or a soft couch. You need therapy. I'm just saying.
Well, I could tell you this now, that this is one way to end up. Remember, there's always an oversight committee. There's always a board that these organizations that are publicly traded have to go to. We've discussed not only the impact of having a sports franchise in a town, but imagine what it does to a network without it. You know, for example, I hate to pick on that same group, but who watches True TV when it's not the March Madness isn't on?
I don't.
Same.
And that's another Turner network. That's a part of Turner network too.
Mm-hmm.
True TV. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't. I'm not. I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself. But yeah, I don't. You know what? I mean, at the end of the day, Double J, there's no need for me to read this. We're gonna go off what our knowledge base, man. I'm just saying that. Look, you don't. How often have we talked about dynamic? Let's go back to when Mike and Mike was Mike and Mike.
Well, you're bringing up a good point, because in this same article, it points out that TNT's pregame show does double the numbers, 890,000 versus ESPN's, which is 457,000.
Yeah,
so
see, that's what I'm looking for. I'm like, where does Inside the NBA rank next to Get Up, next to Pat McAfee, next to First Take, next to Inside the NFL? No, that's not the what's the pregame for the Sundays NFL shows? Oh my gosh. Or even some the NFL network shows or any of them shows. I really would like to know. Inside the NBA, you cannot, it's almost like the NBA itself that we talk about when I used to say back in the day. You know, I was talking to a guy at work the other day, and he's like, man, what you think about this? I said, man, I couldn't even tell you, man. I said, I do a sports talk podcast, so I tune in just to have enough information to go off of, to do research in depth, to then put together a show. I said, but the sport itself is not compelling anymore.
There was a 90% difference in markets such as Washington, D.C., L.A., Chicago, DFW, for
Dallas-Fort Worth?
Yep.
Okay.
For TNT over ESPN. And this is just for the pregame. So what do you think the post game, right? Which is the portion of this that is has a Hall of Famer in Ernie.
Right.
As Hall of Fame players.
Okay, we'll say that fast 2 times. In other words, you want to try that again? I'm just saying. We'll get to your comment here in a second. Man, at the end of the day, you cut your nose off to spite your face. That's what this guy Zazie, that's what he did for TNT. Oh, we don't need the NBA. Okay, but here's what the killer part. Now, you talking about the games? You know, that's been my contentiousness. Where my contentions? Yeah, let me give myself the button too. My God. That's been where my contentiousness lies in terms of the style of play. What I'm seeing, for me, it's not must. I don't run to the TV anymore or sit down beforehand knowing that the Knicks getting ready to play the Pacers. Well, in this series, this is a pretty good series, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm talking about them 94, 97 type deals. You know what I mean? Where I just got it.
3-2.
What are you talking about?
The Knicks Pacers.
That's why I kind of corrected myself. Are you listening over there? Hello? Is this thing on? It's
not even a series.
Is this thing on? My gosh. What I'm saying to you is in the last night's game, the Pacers, for example, went 7 minutes without scoring. You remember we talked about that? How many times you see both teams go 4 and 5 minute stretches without scoring? That's why your ratings are down. So if the Turner Network executive is talking about the game itself, I get it. But here's what happens. Once the games are over, that's where Shaq and EJ and Kenny and Charles, they can take the footage of a game and break and do what they do, even though you just watched a horrible game. When I'm tuning in to TNT just to see them. I might not tune in to watch the game, but I mean, I might have the TV on and I might, hey, I might step in and out of the kitchen. My TV's in the front room. I might step in the front room and see a play or 2 or 3, and I go back in the kitchen, eat me a bowl of granola type of deal, and I'll come back. But once I know the game is over, I'm sitting down in front of the TV to watch Charles, EJ, Kenny, and Shaq. They bring to the screen what the game itself and the style of play does not. And Zazie is missing, Zazie, okay, not Pachulia. Zazie is missing the fact that these guys are carrying that portion of your network. So it's not the games he's looking at the games. He needs to be looking at the pre and the post game shows too. Let me get to this comment right here. Sorry for having you hold on all day. Oh my gosh, it's Mrs. Alva weighing in. She said, I do. Sorry, I got to you a little late there, Mrs. Alva. You do what? We know you do. You guys are married already. What are you talking about you do? Didn't you already do your I do's? Oh my gosh, I don't. Hey, if TNT, listen, it's a wrap, man. TNT about to be done. TNT about to be done, man. Ain't nobody about to keep watching America's Next Top Model and all that. That ain't even on no more, is it? Or the Masked Singer. I don't even know what network that's on. But my point is, all them other programs that you got on TNT, miss me, because you won't see me. I don't need for me to watch it, and I'd like to know where them guys are gonna land, man. And then you notice this too. True enough, Vince Carter and Draymond were on in place of Shaq and Charles. Did you hear what Kenny said? They were getting ready to go to a break. Did you catch what Kenny said? I'm like Kobe Bryant, may he rest. I'm all about the details. Kenny was like, yeah, man, he did it jokingly, but he's like, yeah, man, I can't wait for these other guys to get back. You get these guys out of here type of deal. And with all due respect, there's, again, the dynamic. You can put 2, 3, 4, 5 people together to do a show, but that's where my stance on complimentary comes from. If the personalities don't complement one another, you can add as many players on that platform as you want to. It will not work. People are going to, especially with these attention spans being all of 17 and a half seconds now, ain't nobody going to tune in for it. What they bring to the screen after I scream from watching the game, you're going to tune in for that, bro. For the whole show.
Well, now listen to how bad this is now for this guy.
For who? Zazie?
Yeah.
Zazie.
Because he can either lose it to NBC or he can pay the reported $2.5 billion per season asking
that's
price
what you get. Yeah, you're
for a lesser package than he already has. Because here's the thing. ESPN, from the Wall Street Journal, ESPN will pay $2.6 billion for the NBA Finals and Conference Finals, while Amazon Prime will get a conference final every other year, around $1.8 billion. So he literally
talked himself right into one.
Yeah, you are. I mean, now you have to pay more for less. Oh man,
exactly.
Now what do you do?
It's your fault. You pay or you lose it. But guess what?
Did he lose it officially?
Well, from my understanding, they said that they lost the rights to NBC.
Then it's not. Then you know what? That goes to show after he did that, he wouldn't even. I'm really like. Think about it. Like, this is where pride. Remember, pride comes before the fall.
Yeah, pride.
Save that $50 million, bro. Because
guess what? And it's a difference between pride and being proud. Mm-hmm. Being proud is okay, because you still, when you're that, you still are cognizant that there's some, there's some level of humility still in there. Pride, you done threw all of it out the window. It's me. Look at me, and I'm all that, and you ain't. And guess what? But guess what? You're not gonna see that. That's why people who are prideful, You see them walk in the mailboxes or walk right in the telephone poles or walk right off a cliff. And that's what Zazie did. He just jumped off the cliff with no parachute, no nothing. Well, I mean, you get what you ask for and you get what you don't pay for because you about to pay for what you didn't get. All right. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's a done deal, man. To not see them 4 guys up there on that screen, it's a travesty. It's a travesty. And the NBA can really not, they can't afford to, they really can't afford to do that. Your ratings are already down. Now Shaq and Kenny and EJ gone and Chuck gone. The banter that they have, all of that plays a part in why people tune in. Chuck and Kenny racing to the board, Shaq diving into the Christmas tree. You know what I mean? And in the moments where they get heated at each other, don't do it, Chuck. Don't do it. Don't make me come over there. I'll punch you in your face. You know, all of that plays a part, bro. That's why I said the Mike and Mike, that was a great dynamic. If you watch Get Up, what's his name? Oh my gosh. Mike Greenberg. Duh. Jeez. He's been trying to he's been using fillers. He didn't have Ryan Clark on there, Dan Orlovsky. He got all these personalities. I do like Swagoo, though. Swagoo, that's my boy. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Swagoo, he got that personality. But he didn't have all these different personalities on there, Legler and all of that. I like Legs too. But to try to fill, he's brought in 100 people to try to fill the void that was created when he let Mike Golick go. Because he too had a Zaza moment. Oh, I'm better. And he would throw digs at Golick because he went to Northwestern, did Greenberg. Northwestern sports guys got that same, they very obtuse, like Vanderbilt sports folks. Very, I know more than you and you ain't, that type of deal. But guess what? Now you're reaching, you've been searching. Now, some of them guys that come on, get up, they do pretty good or whatever the case.
No, wait a minute. Golick went to Notre Dame.
I know, but listen, bro, you have to sit in them rooms. I sat in the rooms with Vanderbilt and Northwestern guys.
Well, no, I know. There's
the only respect they give Notre Dame is the golden helmet.
Right. I've been told a time or two that I'm an outlier, that they thought I was going to be a little bit more entitled coming from where it came from, and I was not one of those.
Yeah, but humble pie don't taste good, man. It really don't. It tastes like that pile of dog stuff that got powdered sugar on it, and they try to tell you it's a funnel cake. Humble pie, it don't taste good, buddy. I'm just trying to tell you. Yeah, Zaza done messed up. And just for its and giggles, where do you think Charles, Chuck, Kenny, where do you think they land, man? Well, because I haven't read anything that said NBC was going to bring them over.
If I was NBC, the first thing I would do is look, this is arguably why A, this program should be on a network, and B, why I should be probably the Vladislav or whatever his name is in that type of role. Because the first thing I would do is look at those exact figures and say, this is a proven model with the same individuals that works versus any other direct competitive benchmark.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? You know what I'm saying? Don't try to reinvent the wheels or the reels. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm not normally or typically or ordinarily at a loss for words, but when I saw this, man, I said, I just got up I was watching the two. I said, that's it, man. Then I went and looked and found the article. 2.5 billion is a lot. You know what I mean? But if TNT, again, they seem like they've lost it all. That's it. It's NBC now. TNT in trouble, man. What else on TNT would you look for on a Tuesday?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I actually won't allow myself to go to sleep with it on because I hate the programming waking up to whatever they have on. I have a rule that I have to change the channel before I actually fall asleep.
So you go to sleep, you fall asleep with the TV on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I mean, who pays your electric bill over there? My God. Gee, my knees. Yeah, no, over here, no, we got a checklist. Okay. Spaceship off, check. You know what I mean? Yeah, shucks. You know what I mean? Coffee maker, check. You know what I mean? Toaster oven, check. You know what I mean? Oven, check. Cat, check. You know what I mean? Everything is turned off over here. Okay, it's nighttime. It's the right time. It's bedtime. Okay, I ain't got no time to be leaving nothing on, bro. Let me tell you something. Yeah, you should see my water bill, $422 million. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, we take.
Well, I'm hydrating the earth right now, so
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well,
paying
I mean, you
attention.
know,
That's why you keep seeing me look out the window.
it's okay. Well, I mean, you know, you can do that when you live in a gated community. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anywho, Charles, Kenny, Chuck, EJ. You know, EJ does a good job of driving. You know, and them other three guys, man, they great at being passengers. You know what I mean? It's like being on a road trip with them family members, man, that you know you're gonna have a good time. I mean, that road trip could be 25 hours, and before you know it, you're there. And you're like, wow, we're here already. Yeah. And that's what they bring to the screen for me, man. You know, and to not see them on network, you know, Zaza, you done messed up. You know, you should have called me first. You know, I would have told you because they getting ready to take you.
Must be off that Zaza. That's what it is.
Yeah, or the Lucia. I'm just saying, one of the two or three. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to see where them guys land, man. Because wherever they go, I'm going too.
I already told you my first move. First order of business. If they're not signed to NDAs, then they could go from inside to outside the NBA, our new program. So
yeah, you know that's interesting. That you mentioned the NDAs for all those people who are not familiar with the acronym. NDA is non-disclosure.
Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of, thanks to the Monday show, Gully and I actually pointed out that there is a new it was signed in the legislature that you're not allowed to have those anymore.
Really?
Yeah, Gully pointed it out because.
Whoa! Is that just for wrestling?
No, remember, wrestlers are employed. The story itself may be fiction, right, but their contracts are fact. So,
really,
this is applicable outside of that now. I can Google that too, actually.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. See, now you're throwing me because NDA. Well, that's non-compete too. That's
what I'm referring to, not the NDA, the non-compete.
The non-compete. Oh, wow. So wait. So if I sign a 2-year with you,
yeah. So April 23rd.
Okay, go ahead.
So April 23rd, the Federal Trade Commission issued a final rule to promote competition by banning non-competes nationwide.
Oh, it's on.
Yep.
Oh my.
So come on with it, with the checks. Let's go. The shop report is ready.
Okay. Well, you say child support, really?
No, I said the shop report.
God. Oh my gosh.
Oh hell no.
They'll be ready too.
Yeah, well, don't remind me. Okay.
All right.
I'm over here eating cold hot dogs and potato chips on the regular. Anywho, yeah. Non-compete, that's a big deal. What? That's funny. I'm over here starving, and you laughing?
No, man. Hey, look. I know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you do, because I'm knowing it now. All right. But yeah, that non-disclosure, or non-compete, that's a big deal, because now you're not binded to have to. You know, if you sign a 3-year, that don't sound too bad though. Mrs. Alva, what?
Look, unless you've been a part of that type of man. What is the saying? Come on, I'll defer to you on this. Please give a saying about looking on the outside versus the inside.
Don't. Oh no, absolutely not. No, you're not about to. Please, I'm already on her bad side. You're not about to. Would you want to be outside? Yeah, how dare you go? Don't. If you don't want to be on the bad outside, then don't get on the bad side. How about that? Is that good enough for you? Oh my gosh. Yeah, but I really would like to know what you mean, Mrs. Albert. You're not giving me enough. You know, I need more context clues. I really don't. But yeah, the non-compete right there, bro. You can sign a 5-year deal right now, and if somebody come at you in the second year of that 5-year deal and offer you, 35% more,
the second day now.
Well, hey, come
on with it, and I'll be back on the third. Come on.
I'm just trying to tell you. All right, yeah. Well, anywho, at the end of the day, man, I wish Charles, Kenny, Chuck, Shaq, and EJ, I really do wish them well. I mean, they'll obviously they're gonna pop up.
Oh, stop it. Shaq's, first of all, on every commercial nationwide, it's like written into law.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for our pregame. I'm talking about for our post-game sports fix. Where are we gonna get that at?
The shop report.
Oh, dang, nabbit. Oh my gosh, what I'm doing here? You know what I'm saying? You know what, man?
My buddy.
You know what I'm saying? That's for the first time ever in the history of this program. You know what I'm saying? You get the buddy button for me. That's the first time and the last time. That won't happen again. Write it down, take a picture. Mrs. Alva's weighing in again. She said, I like chips and cold hot dogs are all right. Maybe throw in some Kraft. Ha ha. Okay, Double J. Did you like the Lucia cabinet?
No.
I can
It
tell.
shows.
Don't be over. Hey, listen, Mrs. A. Don't let the sauce be your boss. Now, that's all I'm trying to tell you. She over there good. She on sipping on
Having a
it
good
right
time.
now. Yeah,
Probably
I can
sitting
tell.
on a
My
patio.
gosh.
Yep.
Yo. Oh, she's on the pat. Oh, no wonder. Okay. Yeah, she's watching us from outside. All right. While the water is okay, doing what it do. But yeah, man, them guys right there. It's just gonna be really odd to not see them on TNT. And you know what? When they NBC, now that they got the NBA rights, again, that's what it looked like.
But hang on a second. Let's not be, remember that classic NBA on.
I was stop stealing my lines. I was getting ready to say that. I wonder if they're gonna bring back the theme song.
It has to. It has to. Are you kidding? That is like.
Is it gonna have the same effect though? And you know, when I was 18, that whole you know, I ain't know no better. You know what I mean? I used to, you know, wear a helmet. When you know, back then, you know, I'm just trying to say. Actually, I still wear one too sometimes after midnight. But anyway, that's another story for another day. I'm just saying. But now that I'm, you know, seasoned, you know, I'm in my 50s and I got an AARP card. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if, you know, some things don't appeal to us as when we get older as they did when we were younger. I'm just saying. So, what do you think? You know, well, you a little younger than me, so it might appeal to you still. But you know, I go to bed at 7:52.
Look, you talked about Blood in the Garden, the 90s Knicks Pacers.
No question.
Of course, you know, you had Knicks Heat too. And even when Alonzo Mourning and Del Curry and Charlotte was making noise, Grandmama, like those games were synonymous with that.
Yes,
platform.
that theme song. Yes. But listen, it's not that. You see that? I'm glad you brought that up. Those games. Who's your Alonzo Mourning now? Who's your Mitch Richmond now? Who's your Glenn Rice? Who's your Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf? Who's your Dale Curry? Who's your Larry Johnson? Who's your Mark Jackson? Who's your Dale and Anthony Davis?
Well, we've seen it, but the league has gone out of their way to ban the bad guys, right?
I'm not even talking about bad guys. I'm talking about what kind of theme music goes along with guys who all they do is shoot threes. The theme music has to fit what's going on the court, basically. You knew what you were getting ready to see. Reggie Miller was getting ready to, you know.
Well, he would shoot a three.
Yeah, I know, but he would be choked by Michael Jordan for doing so. I'm just saying. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Now, that's all they do. Okay, they jacking threes. The music has to fit what's going on the court, man. Now, what can you imagine them playing that theme song and getting you amped up to like, oh, I'm getting ready to see a good one. And then whatever team you're watching, they go 7 minutes without scoring.
It's Kyle Kuzma.
Okay, Bradley Beal. Or should I say Bradley Veal? Because that's what he's playing like right now. That ain't talking about undercooked. Okay. We talking about a team that goes 7 minutes without scoring. If the substance ain't matching the theme song, then something is wrong. So it's not the same game. You see? Now, unless they talk about bringing that same game back or something similar to, then I don't know if the theme song gonna match, man, with what we're seeing. Okay? I mean, and seriously, think about your favorite TV program. What made the A-Team? You remember the A-Team? You old enough to remember the A-Team?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Magnum PI?
Yep. Yeah.
What made
Are you kidding with the Detroit hat? If it wasn't a staple then, it certainly was after that show.
I'm trying to tell you, or Miami Vice.
Yep.
Beretta. You're probably not old enough to remember Beretta. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. The theme song got to go along with what you're getting ready to see. Okay. You can't build me up with the theme song and then I'm with the product.
Okay, but if we brought Ernie, Kenny, Shaq, and Charles,
Well, then now you got Sesame Street. We're going to take another break. We'll be right back. Yeah, it's Bert and Ernie. Yeah, that was a great one. Yeah,
Oh.
wow, really? Okay, yeah, get you some cookies, man. That's what you need to do, along with that Lucia.
I'm Jordan Gudeman, and I'm the founder and CEO of Eddie G's Cookies. I was first diagnosed with a nut allergy when I was young. At the time, there weren't a lot of labeled items that said if there may contain nuts or there are nuts in the food, so my brother and sister and I baked a lot at home, and we enjoyed treats from mixes and things like that, but I noticed that it was not the same as what my friends were enjoying, and I started making up my own recipes. When it was time to pick a career, I decided to start a bakery so I could share my treats with everybody else. When I started creating my recipe, I was taking in all the things that I thought I was missing out on. A soft, chewy center, a crisp outside crust, and a taste that is just like it came out of the oven at a bakery. When I put all those things together, I had come up with a recipe for a dream cookie. Eddie G's Cookies only uses the finest ingredients. We have all natural flavorings, no preservatives, and every cookie is made in a nut-free environment. The best part about Eddie G's Cookies is that they can be delivered right to your door. You can share them or not. We won't tell.
All right. We are back. Double J, I just want to say, lastly, man, before we go on to, our rock and roll snubs, this is a big deal in sports television. We got to wait and see what NBC is going to do, but I know one thing, for these changes to be made, and seems like so abruptly or so all of a sudden, they can't same grade. They're going to have to upgrade. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
You can bring Charles, you're going to have to bring Charles and them over, okay? But now you're going to have to take it to another level, because I'm so used to a certain standard with them guys and the presentation and the whole package that NBC, they're going for $2.5 billion. Oh yeah. You're going to have to wow me, is what you're going to have to do if you want to keep me as a viewer at all. Okay. Yeah. But let's keep things rolling. Rock and roll snubs. Oh my gosh. All right, we've been meaning to get to this topic for about 26 weeks now, or at least it feels that way. And I told you all, when I found out that Tribe Called Quest at the time had just been inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I was aghast. What? Because I thought they had been in. I hadn't even given it a thought. Like, if somebody had asked me before I found out, like, man, we've been talking about Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'm like, man, Tribe Called Quest, what you mean? Yeah, of course. When I found out they had just got in, I was like, oh, no. Unbelievable. And then it got me to thinking, well, if they are just now getting in, as long as they've been on the hip hop scene, on the music scene in general, who else is not in or should be in or supposed to have been in? So I found the list. And this is our no sports intended portion of the P-Rogram, y'all. And that's right, the Rock Hall snubs. And here's some of I found a list, 145 people or groups or musicians or singers, whatever that you have, that are not inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I wish Gully was here for this, because he and I had a conversation off air, and he brought up a good point. Like, he was real specific. He said rock and roll. So, like, how do those guys fit to rock and roll? And I said, well, I get what you're saying. He said it should be called the Music Hall of Fame. Can't argue with that either. But when you really think about it, they may have called it that because it's a catchy name, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You get what I'm trying to tell you? But if you think about it, rock and roll is a connection to every genre of music. Jazz, blues, the whole nine. So I figured, well, that's why they call it that.
Well, think about nowadays, right? We've seen everything from Aerosmith with Walk This Way, with Run DMC, right? So
exactly, collaborations.
We've seen guys like Dave Grohl, from Nirvana and of course other bands, but that acknowledge the intro to his stuff from the Gap Band.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Don't do that again, but I got you. Yeah, yeah. No, leave that alone. Yeah, but I look at this list, and as I'm going through the list, now we're not gonna go through the whole list because that would take like 27 weeks. You know me, I'm a little on the AARP side. But what I did was I went through the list and wrote down some of the most notable names that are not on the list. Okay. And I was dumbfounded. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Here we are. It seems like all of these Hall of Fames, man, and the discrepancies on who they let in or don't let in the time frame and fashion. I'm sick of
What was your vote?
What do you mean? Who was my vote? What was my vote for?
You know, I thought you get a vote every year.
I don't get. Oh wow, really? Oh God. Okay, all righty then. All right then. That was breaking news or breaking win, one of the two. But all of these Hall of Fames, the NFL Hall of Fame, garbage. The voters, anyway, garbage. Because for Roger Craig and Sterling Sharp not to already be in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Talk about this. That fumble.
Oh man, that man, please. The voters are fumbling. Man, please. If you gonna listen, okay, well, then I'll say the same thing to them voters, them Hall of Fame voters, as I would say to a supervisor, or should I say, in this case, a stupid visor. If you can't separate your personal from the professional, then you don't need your vote should be taken from you. Because if you're going to hold a fumble against Roger Craig and why he's not in the Hall of Fame after everything, really, man, stop it, man. Man, cut me in and cut yourself out. Anyway, let's get to this list. Here's some of the most notable names or snubs not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and you tell me if you agree that they should be in or should have been in. Let me get to this comment right quick before we continue. Oh, that's D Gully weighing in. He's saying loud noise at work still. That's okay. Make the dollars, baby. Make the dollars. It's all to the GO. Let me get to who I have. And you know, it's not in no particular order, just names. As I was reading the list that they had, I forget the name of the people that put the list together, Music Sound or something like that. I'm just writing names down. Like every time I came across a name, I was like, oh, what? And I wrote it down. Bryan Adams is not in.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you wowing at that, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, I know I know a few others that just I know this is only going to get progressively.
Yes,
worse.
It's only gonna get more and more interesting. Rarely say that fast 2 times. Alice in Chains.
Can I ask, what is the criteria to get in these days?
Who knows? It probably that's my point. It's like obvious. No, it's got to be based on however the voters are feeling that day. Because it's got to be. No set. It can't be no set criteria.
Awful.
If it was not just for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but if there were a set criteria, and it probably is. I'm just saying. Then, even if it is, they ain't going by it, because if it was a set criteria, then everybody who should be in would have been in. The NFL, MLB, NHL, and NFL. You get what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. They would be in, because Roger Craig would have been in, and Sterling Sharp would have been in if they were going off of the criteria. No, and that's the part I really hate. Not hate. I really have a strong disdain for. You don't like me as a player because I didn't give you a good interview. All of my accolades say I should be in the Hall of Fame, but because I said something you didn't like 8 years ago, you're not going to vote for me? Nah,
well, that's true. Well, remember, we're on record of pointing out that journalists keep score.
Yeah, but again, you should be able to listen. There's a lot of people I don't like. Okay, I'll use my 9 to 5, for instance. There have been many situations. No, seriously. There have been many situations where somebody I don't like at all, a supervisor would come to me and say, hey, man, did you see that guy doing such and such, such and such? Nope. I'm not about to help you out. Or do you know where such and such went? No, that's your job. You go find them. Don't be asking me.
Right.
But I could have said, oh, I could have used that as an opportunity because I didn't like the person or I don't get along with the person. I could use that as an opportunity to throw them under the bus. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, man. No. I'm not doing it. So you got to be able to separate your feelings from the facts, as they like to say. Anyway, anthrax, third on my list here. They're not in. Mind you, now these are people these are groups, songers, singers, writers. They're not in. Yeah, I know. I said, what happened? And I don't even listen to Anthrax, but I know who they are, and I know the contributions that they hadn't had the music, and they should have been in. Asia.
Wow.
Exactly. And here, this next one really got me. I was lightweight, a little heated. The B-52s.
Now,
I wish you would. I
can't stand that guy. I can't. You had to pick that one out of all of them.
Okay, but wait a minute. See, listen, you're doing the same thing the voters did. This is why they took your vote.
No, but here's the thing. I'm not going to deny what their success, right?
Okay, well then you not standing that guy. That's for another show. Okay.
Well, right, but that's what this is how I'm pointing out that what my own personal opinion on one member of the entire group is not going to tarnish the entire group.
Okay, that's okay. Or it shouldn't tarnish if your resume says that you should get the job. This might be a bad parable, but I'm throwing it out here. Then you should get the job. Don't we deal with that in every day? A lot of people whose resumes qualify them, they're overqualified for the position, but they don't get it because of discriminatory tactics. Is there not legislation in place to say you can't discriminate against somebody for housing and things of that nature because you don't like them? Or you seen a guy that looks like me on TV that robbed 100 people, but you're not going to give me the job because you see him? Come on now, let's not go down this road because it's rocky. And I ain't talking about the ice cream. I'm just saying, okay? That's why you got to be able to separate your feelings from all of this. If you can't get out your feelings, then you shouldn't have a vote. I'm taking your vote. It's like I'm taking your black card. You shouldn't have a vote. John Bon Jovi.
How?
Exactly. You tell me. Yeah, explain that one to the people.
I was gonna say, especially here in the Detroit area.
Hello.
Living on a Prayer has gone like diamond just out this way.
Hello. And that's just in Detroit. Did we even mention what these acts have done overseas? Guess who else is not on the list? Can you imagine? The Beatles. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to start some stuff here. Yeah, John Bon Jovi. Explain that. Can you even attempt to explain it? Exactly. We got a comment. We can get to this comment right here. Oh, okay. You are. Oh, who's Mrs. Alvarez? And then again, she said, born and raised in South Detroit. Would you, Double J, take the bottle? Take it. Okay, I got you. Born and raised in South Detroit, South Side. Don't come over here.
It's really southwest over here, but
yeah, exactly.
At least one of us get to actually say that. But
yeah, southwest by northwest by east. Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, so that qualifies me. That's like that's like people talking about LeBron is coming home. He's from Akron. He's not the Northeast Ohio. Man, please, it ain't Cleveland. He ain't coming home. He coming to a suburb near you. Anyway, Gully, shout out to Gully, my man D Gully from the CLM Bus. Glad you could join us. Yes, indeedy. Absolutely. We give you a round. The IT guy. Why? I don't know, but he's the IT guy. Look up, giving you that look right there. Gully, what it do, baby?
Why did you give me the Zach Morris first scene on new episode of Saved by the Bell?
Oh, I ate that up. I was not expecting that. That 90s sitcom, I was all for it. Yeah, I was waiting for the ow at the end,
Right.
Oh, okay. Did I miss something?
Y'all no, you didn't.
Okay, good.
Well, listen here.
Hey, speaking of shows that are on Turner Networks.
Yeah. Well, this show should be on Turner Network because this is zany. What you say, Gully?
Hey, real quick, and I'm gonna go on mute until I can give y'all full undivided attention. John Bon Jovi is not in, but is Bon Jovi the band It's Bon Jovi.
No, I didn't know. Well, I don't know. Maybe they are, but I didn't see it on. Well, it's not on the list, so maybe they are. But I don't
Yeah,
care.
so that
Okay, that's
there may
okay.
be a distinction.
Yeah, okay. Oh, please listen. If you put John Jovial in the thing, then Bon John Jovi should be in it too. You can't put the band in and then the namesake not in. Oh, stop it.
Nah, yeah, you can because, for
Okay,
example, like in another case, um, the Dave Matthews Band may get in the Hall of Fame, but will Dave Matthews as a solo artist get in? And I didn't understand how a man with a band named after his namesake could ever make a solo album anyway. But that's another sidebar conversation.
Okay, well, again, if the voters are being nitpicky, then you don't deserve to have a vote. Okay. And matter of fact, bartender, I'll have what he's having and make mine a double. My gosh. Boston,
Wow.
not in.
How are they going to call this the
Egg,
Okay.
hello. I mean, I'm just saying. Hey, listen. Don't listen. I'm just the paper boy. I'm just delivering the news. Hey, listen, it's one name on this list. When I tell Gully, to your point about band versus individual person, wait till this one name on this list. When I read it, man, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. It's bruh. Gully, he left me a message here in the private chat.
Yeah, we're all set.
Yeah, he'll get back with us as soon as he can. But when I might save this, even though I got it, I just said John Bon Jovi and I said Boston. I got one name to read. I'm getting ready to read to you, and then it's the next name. I think I'm gonna save this next name for last because when I saw that this person went in, and I want you to be on screen for this one. Okay, got you. I want you to be on screen for this one. Not the one I'm getting ready to read now, but when I read it, bruh.
I got a few. I just want to see if you got them. So that
okay, because when I seen that this person's that I'm gonna read to you here in a minute that wasn't on there, I wanted to go down there and throw rocks and protest. I'm trying to tell you, it was gonna be a situation. It was gonna be on the 11 o'clock news, the 11:30 news. I don't care. But this next person, this is not the person I'm talking about. Joe Cocker. You look incredulous. You don't know who Joe. Oh yeah.
No. I'm trying to process why not though.
Hello, because somebody was in their feelings. Man, please.
I would almost have to like truly go and look at the list because I'm going to tell you, if you actually just look at who got in this year, which is what prompted this, there's a name, a part of this group that a part of just a group of inductees that in itself is like how.
It's almost sort of like that hip hop list we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever because every name I'm reading on here so far makes no sense why they're not already in. You want me to keep going?
Another worthwhile one. Diss records of all time.
Oh, please. That ain't worth nothing. We won't do that on this show. You'll get dissed. Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Is what
it's
you're
not.
saying?
Remember now, these are snubs. These are people who are not in.
I don't even know if that's a snub. That's an insult.
Okay, well, hello.
They either need to add more like per year because they're so far behind that
Bruh,
there's more out than are in. And I get that that's kind of the point, but look, as much like of a rift as we make about some of the other sports, I don't think there's like you talk about Roger Craig. Like there's a handful of guys, but there's not that enormous grocery list worth of people.
Yeah. But here's what, okay, and I'm with you on that all day. But here's the problem I really, really, truly have. I don't know all of the people that are in. They probably had to come back and do this again, like find out who's in. But I'm just saying off the top of your dome, who in the world is in and Crosby, Stills, and Nash is not in, or John Bon Jovi is not in? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, who's in it? And these are some people this shouldn't even be a thought. Like, that's a given. I know they in. No, who's in? And these people I'm reading are not in. Billy Idol.
Is that You can't have anything called rock and roll and not have
Billy Idol. That's my point. Like, who's in and Billy Idol ain't in? Excuse me for the ebonics, man. But who? Okay. Oh, listen. It gets now, mind you, it was 145 people on this list. I don't have all 145 down here. These are the ones that jumped off. Like, whoa, huh? And I wrote down. NXS.
Dude, this is gonna get me really frustrated.
Hey, okay, listen. Guess what? We not done. We listen. We're gonna take another break right quick here in a minute. We go about on the 115 side. No, yeah, let's take another little break. You know what I'm saying? Give everybody a chance to get a little breather. Then we'll come back to this because trust and believe, there's a whole lot more. I'm just saying we're gonna take it on the 105 side. Well, we at the 105 mark. Why not take a 105?
It's K Cunningham, you watching the Shop Report. I'm Harvey Diallo, and you watching the Shop Report.
There's Chris Murray, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Oh, you're Jay Knight, you're watching the Shop Report.
Max and Key, you're dropping in on the Shop Report.
Barbershop Jay, Quentin Hines, Super Bowl champion. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm on.
Hi, I'm Mars Edwards from Mercury Stadium, and you're watching the Shock Report.
Hey, I'm Billy Butler, and thank you for watching the Shop Report. Hey guys, I'm Les Norman, former Kansas City Royal, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Commander Brown, Detroit Rivers Mountain Training, and I'm watching the Shop Report.
Hey, this is Doug Flynn of the New York Mets. Well, a few other teams, of course, too. And you're watching the Shop Report.
I'm Matt Ramos, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? I'm Rajay Davis, and you're watching the Shop Report.
How you doing? This is Nelson Figueroa, former Major League pitcher with a lot of teams. You're about to listen to the Shop Report.
All right, we are back. Let's continue this list as we go. I got a lot of things to do here. I got to make some dinner. Probably going to be a little fried squirrel. I just called a couple of squirrels out in the front yard. I try to tell them, stay off my lawn. Get off my lawn. Anywho, let's keep going with this thing. Iron Maiden. Not in. You see the expression on your face? I was right there with you as I was reading off the 145. Lenny Kravitz. I'm going to ask you the question. One more on the tip tide. Who's in that Lenny Kravitz ain't in? Exactly. That's what I said. Cue the Jeopardy music. Yeah. All right. You want me to keep going? This next. Well,
I'm waiting to see if you say him or not.
Yeah. This next person, I'm appalled, to put it lightly. Cyndi Lauper. Time after time, I keep saying these folks do not need to have a vote. Time after time. Now, this next one, okay? Put your seatbelt on, all right? Because I don't want you to fall out the chair, all right? Huey Lewis in the news.
And you know what the sad part is? The further, like, look, there's a few that are going to withstand the test of time, but a few of these guys, like, because how music's changed, right, over the decades, that you almost, the same way that we talk about in Major League Baseball or the NFL, that some guys may not get that opportunity. We may start to see that here.
I don't know why. I don't know why. That's no. I'm not. I don't listen to a lot of music nowadays. You know, I listen to more than I do music. But in the music world, bro, yeah, they need to change some parameters. They do. They need to change something, because a lot of the names I've mentioned here so far, bro, they was around before they are staples.
Well,
not singers, but staples.
But that's the challenge, right? Is that,
well, they should have thought about that before they built it and put it down on the lakefront here in Cleveland. They should have thought about that. Like, what's going to be the voting process before they even cut
Well,
the ribbon.
it brings $50 million, it said, in annually.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's probably because they got Salt and Pepper's jacket in the window. I'm just saying. And Prince's
Oh,
guitar.
but Salt and Pepper aren't in it.
Yes, they are.
They are?
From my understanding, yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. I mean, I ain't T-ripping. But yeah, they in it. Yeah, look it up. If I'm not mistaken, Salt and Pepper. And I'm not about to say no lyrics or nothing. I'm just saying, it was a different time in my life.
They were
Okay.
here.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm trying to change my life for the better now. I'm just saying. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Salt and Pepper are in. Go ahead, read it. Read it.
Hang on.
Yeah, okay. Anywho,
eligible sense previously considered no.
If I'm not mistaken, maybe they're jack. No, if I'm not mistaken, from my
They
viewers
put
out
their
there.
code in there for that song, and then didn't even then a kid and playing in there, and they were in the background.
I'm just saying. Let me keep going here. The Monkees.
No, Salt and Pepper's not in.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, maybe just the jackets. I'm just saying.
Well, isn't that nice?
Yeah, right. Exactly. You're gonna put the jackets in, but you're not gonna put in John Bon Jovi. The Monkees. Next to the Beatles, who are more iconic than the Monkees?
They had their own show.
That's what I'm trying to say. Bruh.
Like, why? I remember the show. Like, look, I am not that old. I am below 40. And so if I've seen, this is what I mean about culture yourselves. People step outside. Don't allow to be boxed in.
Absolutely. Yeah, diversify
everything.
Diversify your stuff. That's right. But the Monkees, bro, I used to watch this, bro. I used to tune in. I'm talking about as a youngster. Listen, it was sometimes I ain't even watched the cartoons when I knew the Monkees. Man, the Monkees that show was off the charts, bro.
I enjoyed it.
I did too. And again, going back a little bit, let me rewind a little bit. There are some things that I've tried to watch now that I watched as a youngster, and it doesn't have that same appeal. That's
sure.
Talking about the NBA thing, I don't know. I had to wait and see. Okay, I had to wait and see. But the Monkees, hey, where the Monkees? Oh, finally, Mrs. Alva, did you put the Lucia down? You must have. Oh my gosh. All right, then. Okay. Don't let the sauce be your boss. Motley Crue.
That's a shame. That's just a joke.
And who's in that Motley Crue ain't in?
I'm just gonna say the one that really stuck out to me. I mean, these are all now. It kind of makes sense.
Hold it, because I don't know, because you like stealing lines. No line stealing, because you're gonna say it and you're gonna kill my crescendiaries. Okay, that ain't even a word. I'm just saying, just flow it off the tongue. All right, just hold your horses. REO Speedwagon. Explain that one.
Why are we doing this?
Okay, I'm just saying. I just wanted the people to know. Okay, we do have viewerships. Okay, without viewers like you, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. Okay, shout out to the peoples right there. I'm just saying. Let me give a shout out to the peoples right there. Shout out to the peoples.
Meet us at the Mac.
Okay, make sure you get some of them Eddie G's cookies too. They big joints too. You know what I'm saying? You put one of them. Listen, you could take an Eddie G's cookie and cut it in half, eat one today, and then the next one on Wednesday. I'm just saying. Woo! All right, then. I kill me sometimes. Anywho, REO Speedwagon. Not in. You ready for this next name? Are you ready?
No.
Sting.
What though? If you wanted to say, okay, Billy Idol's not it, you would assume that, okay, and that must mean, like, okay, where did they draw the line? And you would have thought someone like Sting would have kind of been, okay, that must have been what they were thinking. But for both, it's like, bruh, what are you thinking?
You're not thinking, okay? And if you did, who asked you to think? Okay. Stone Temple Pilots.
Wow.
I mean, this ain't me, man. I'm just bringing it to the people. That's all I can do right now.
I mean, I'm listening to Flush in my head right now. Styx isn't
in.
Ask Pittsburgh Steelers fans from the 70s what Sticks means to them.
I'm just saying, bro. And now, mind you, a few of these names that I've read, I have not listened to their music, but I knew who they were. You get what I'm trying to tell you? Especially when MTV was jumping off the. Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! You know what I'm saying? And I don't have his name on this list, but his name came to mind for whatever reason when I just said MTV. Shout out to my man Peter Gabriel. I want to be your sledgehammer. You know what I'm saying? I want to be your sledgehammer. I'm just saying that was my boy right there. You ready for this next one? That video was off the charts too. Aha! No, I'm just kidding. Take on Me. I get it, all that good stuff. But this next, you ready for this next one? 38 Special.
Why?
Bruh, I haven't even read the main name. Okay, mind you now, I'd said Molly Crew, REO Speedwagon, Huey Lewis. Okay, I haven't even, I'm saving the best for last. Wait till you hear the one name.
It's just funny to me because I would say now, when you said, well, A Tribe Called Quest just got in, but if you look at who's not in, even still, it almost is like it really gives credence to them though that they are in, because if you really wanted to see who else could be in, it almost feels like the cool kids are not in. Like it's that bad. Or like this is too much. This is too much.
Yeah. This is humongous. 3 Dog Night. And here's the killer part. A few of the names I've read already, I know people in their mid-20s that know these people. I'm 50. Don't y'all? Y'all almost had me. Y'all almost had me. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm AARP. All right. So there are people half my age who know who some of these people are that were around before I was even born, and they're not in. Divine NTR. Shout out to Divine NTR.
Throw that in there.
She says to be entered, and don't ask me how I know that it's a she, mind your business. To be entered into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, artists must be nominated. Yes? If so, who is doing the voting? Yeah, exactly. I just want to know. Okay.
We need to vote them off.
Hello. Exactly. Mrs. Alva's weighing in again. Ooh. Okay. That's it, Double J. You want to take a break and go get the Lucia? My gosh. How? Oh, that's okay. Mrs. Alva, really? 50 what now? Okay, got you. Listen, I'll just say it like this. You keep on living. That's what you do. All right, then. Because I'm telling you, it's going to come a time when you're going to go to the grocery store. I'm letting you know that right now. You're going to go to the grocery store for milk or something, and you're going to find yourself in the Depends aisle. Watch what I tell you. Like, how did I get here? Okay. And them diapers is calling you like, come on, put me on. Anywho, let me keep going.
This ain't New Jack City.
Oh, my fault. My fault. It should be because they ain't in either. Toto. Yeah, that's what I thought. Silence envelops the room.
I'm really intrigued. Who is voting? I'm now on a mission to find out who is voting.
That's what I want to know. Who's voting? UFO.
This is just
and War. And I got one more.
Seriously?
I got one more. Y'all ready for the one more? I don't have a drum roll, but I'm gonna have to get one. In lieu of my drum roll, let me give y'all this one. Phil Collins.
Seriously? And again, this transcended his
bro, Phil Collins been around since dinosaurs. No offense, Phil. Genesis. Phil Collins. Oh, I'm done.
But I mean, he even had the Tupac was
hello
collab. I mean, come on,
bruh. Phil Collins is not in the okay. So if we could take everybody else off of this list, everybody else. All I had to do was write down.
Sure, you don't vote. It says historians on here.
Bruh. I could have wrote just his name down and been done with the list. Okay, that's it. That's it. All right. Take the glass. Yeah, she didn't had one too many. Yeah, she didn't have Double J. Did you? I mean, my gosh, you said you locked the cabinet up after 7. It's after 7.
Show nights, the key is visible.
Oh, wow. Phil Collins not on the list, man.
I got nothing. It makes a little bit more sense now when I tell you that Eric B and Rakim are not, and that Outkast is not either.
What had happened was what you just say? What you talking about, Willis?
Eric B and Rakim are not. The Smashing Pumpkins are not. Diana Ross is not.
Oh my. Okay, all right. You know what? Hold on. Bob, we got a 13-14. Bob, you in? Come in. Bob, we got a 13-14. Okay, it's critical. Bruh. Diana Ross, ladies singing the blues. Diana Ross is not in. I didn't even, and wait a minute, she's not even on the list. So what list was I looking? How many people? Oh my gosh. So now the list.
Even John Coltrane is not. And
okay.
like,
all right. Okay. I thought I was doing something. I thought I was saving the best. I thought my Phil Collins was going to tear the house down. You said Diana Ross.
No.
Bruh. Phil Collins, Diana Ross. I'm asking the question, but at this point it's rhetorical. How are they not in? You know, I'm gonna have to find. I'm too curious. I got to find out who's in.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you right now. That like when you look at the list,
wait, you're looking at the list. What list are you looking at of who's in?
I'm looking at people that are not in, and
So
that's
what
why
list?
I saw Salt and Pepper right at the end, and I was like, I was familiar with the jacket thing, so I'm like, oh well, okay. And then I could have swore I watched something that they were inducted to. Was it? I feel like it was maybe a few years ago. So I'm like, oh, maybe he's right. They're in. They're not.
That's what I thought too, bruh. I didn't even think that.
But Outkast.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, you can take everybody else off of this list. Outkast, Diana Ross, Phil Collins. Okay, Salt and Pepper. I get it. They were iconic.
We went through a list, right? A top 50, 75, something. And they were number 1 on that list, but they're not in there.
That's what I was. There you get. You stole my lines. That's it. Stole my lines. Go get the Lucia. My gosh, habitual line stealer, thief, pilferer. That's what I'm saying. We did the top 50, I think it was, most iconic hip hop acts, people, persons, or whatever. They were in the top 5. I don't think they were number 1. They were in the top 5 somewhere. To be on that list, but to not, as you mentioned, not be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Don't talk to me like a child. I played Hamlet at Cambridge. Excuse me. What's my motivation? All right. I just needed to know.
But I think this is part of the problem. Listen to this. So an international body of more than 1,000 artists, historians, and members of the music industry. Does that not sound like super biased? Like if you were Van Halen, did you have a problem with insert band name here?
Whoa. Say that again now. Run that by me one more again.
So I had to figure this out. Why is this such an egregious errors all over the place?
So wait a minute. Are these voters?
Yeah, the voting body itself.
The voting body is 1,000 people?
Yes.
Or made up of 1,000?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Talking about paper thin. That's like the top of my head right now. My gosh. That's too many people. Gee, my knees. 1,000 people that vote on this? Oh no. That's too, no. Oh my gosh. Do you agree that's way too many people?
I think it's not only too many, but it's also the wrong type.
Give me an example.
So the fact that you have artists themselves, we look at pop culture, artists have issues with each other all the time.
I was getting okay. So here, that's there you go. Ding, ding, ding. There you go. That's it right there. Bias. You do not deserve a vote if you cannot be not biased. Did I say that right? You can't be biased because that's going to get in the way every time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
so naturally, when you're going to hold that 80s grudge over and do anything you can't. Now, again, you're only one single vote, but of course, that's one of 1,000.
Yeah, but still, but you got to vote. So listen, if it comes down to your vote being the deciding vote, all right, you get voted off the island. Mm-hmm. Why? Because I didn't like her. That is, oh my gosh, man. That's you said Diana Ross. I can't get over that one. Diana Ross? Seriously? Phil Collins, bro.
Think about, like, you know, we've seen Motown movies and such that they had issues. You know, it could be very well be Berry Gordy who was, you know, holding dangling that over someone's head for all we know.
Yeah, but is Berry Gordy don't have a vote.
Well, no. Remember, it's not just artists. It's artists, historians, and members of the music industry. So to my understanding, that could be past or present.
Wait a minute. I'm not even sure. I'm just going to throw this out here because I don't know, to be honest with you. Berry Gordy, is he still around?
No, but it's just an example.
Okay.
That someone, again, that you was an old manager, right? Think of this with NWA, right? When Ice Cube recorded No Vaseline, he went after the manager and the group.
Oh, wow.
Right? So if that manager has a vote, what do you think's going to happen? Do you think he's going to vote Ice Cube into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Absolutely not.
Yeah, okay, well.
Now, of course, the guy's not around, but that's kind of beside
all right. Well, his vote should have went to somebody who got sense. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if the world comprehended on the same level, my bad, all sense will be common. So that's my bad. No, okay. So, yeah, because this right here, this list, it don't make no sense. You know, one more again. No Phil Collins. Seriously?
No Aaron the Night.
I mean, bruh, some of his music alone, bruh, is just so. I'm not even talking about with Genesis. They should be, you know what I mean? He should, man, I don't even know what to say behind that. His stuff is everywhere and has been everywhere all my life. And he's not in. Bro, how can you not put Phil Collins in, man? How can you not put Diana Ross in? There's nothing that you're going to say.
I'm telling you, it's people with agendas. It's got to be.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well,
that almost becomes like it makes sense that way.
Yeah, it's the mission. Like,
otherwise, it doesn't.
I'm not gonna. He's not getting in this time,
right?
Yeah, that's what it didn't about boil down to. Okay, the flying Wallendas, the flying Wallendas got agendas. All right, that about the size of it. This makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Yeah, okay. Anyway, what I'm gonna do, not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. You know, if he blessed me with seeing some more, I'm gonna go back on my own, man, just for its and giggles. I'm gonna go see who's actually in. And we might have to revisit this, man, and come back and do this again, you know, and then do a comparison type thing. Like this person is in, and some of the people we mentioned here are not. Like, whose idea was that? Okay. Yeah, unbelievable. Anyway, and on that note, I'll leave you with this quote. Courtesy, that's right, courtesy costs nothing, but buys everything. Right? It's been fun, but we got to run. We appreciate y'all for, excuse me. Don't forget to check us out. Wow, I'm just messing up all day. It's been like going on the last 5 weeks, ain't it? It's been fun, but we got to run. Don't forget to check us out every Wednesday at 8 on the PM side. Oh, and the programming note, we may be changing the show day and time. All right, due to that whole prime time deal. You know what I mean? When you're on this side of the screen, you know, things go on, things go off. to try to, that whole viewership thing. But anyway, we'll keep you all abreast of what's happening right here. But anyway, as of right now, did I say that twice? That was a double negative. Don't forget to check us out every day, every Wednesday at 8 on the PM side right here on the Yard. Or y'all can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the Shops fan page, and of course, YouTube. And make sure, please, when you're over at the tube, hit that subscribe button, please, and we be much obliged. And if that don't work, y'all can Google it. For my dudes, Be Rich, Double J, TJ, D Gully, and all those who follow and support us, we say thank you. I'm Barbershop Jay, and you'll be listening to the Shop Report. Oh, and remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla!